Greetings, YouTube land. Today we are going to talk about the big bad in your campaign. Stop! Don't do that. Too often I hear campaign players talking about a big bad, a capo de capo, the focus of the campaign. Well, what do you do when he dies? She dies. It dies. It's defeated by the party. Does everyone just sort of stand around and go, what we do now? Did we have day jobs? I can't remember what I did before I became an adventurer. Maybe I can go back milking cows. Yeah, I'll go milk cows. No, you ideally do not want a campaign to end. Ever. And so, instead of thinking about big bads, mad lone villains, somehow scheming away and eviling it up because they're evil, consider using institutions, organizations, concepts. For example, take the most common form of evil bad dude, the Demon Lord. Now, the Demon Lord, technically, he can be fought, he can be killed. But, merely speaking, you can't kill a Demon Lord because they are the embodiment of vice. They are evil. So long as there is evil in the world, this Lord survives, this Lord exists. However, being a fantasy game, this Lord also has a personality, motivations, concepts. He is a concept. He is the very essence and concept of evil. And so he can be a big bad, but he is more of an idea of evil. He is a director of evil. He can be responsible in many small ways for the evil you see in your world. And yes, technically he is a big bad, but you can't fight him. You can't fight evil in very much the same way you can't really fight gravity or oxygen, or the second law of thermodynamics. You just can't fight them. But they exist, and they are there. They are part of the structure of the world. They turn up antagonists. The Lord of all evil will raise up antagonists to make life miserable for the people in the mortal realms. And they can be fought, and they can be defeated, and there is a never-ending supply of them. For once you've destroyed one vessel of the evil, of the embodiment of evil, they will pick another, and another, and another. And so the battle is never over. The adventure is never over. It always continues. The struggle goes on. And you never really run out of ideas. There is always someone new to possess with evil. Someone always takes the deal, the Faustian deal. It's always popular. Hell, there are warlocks in D&D now, so PCs are doing it themselves. So you can have the very embodiment of an idea. Other things you can have organizations. A kingdom is not just the king and his immediate family. The king's royal family will have cadet branches. It will have distaff cousins. If it's anything like the English monarchies, they'll have bastards. Semi-acknowledged bastards just waiting in the wings, just in case they ever run out. And if you manage to kill all of their bloodline, then the entire society which they ran isn't just going to keel over and go, oh, nope, he's gone, I guess we've become good now. No, they're going to import another monarch. The European societies did this a lot. If for some reason the current crop of monarchs came to inbred too stupid to be able to live, i.e. the Stuarts, then once they were all conveniently gone and killed off by the lower rungs of society, you go and get some more. You go and get some more monarchs. I think when you got the Dutch ones, they got. Well, I said, you're sufficiently royal. How would you like to be king of England? It's a good job. Grub's good. Chicks are fine. Come over and be king. So institutions continue. Topping the big bad, as it were, has no real effect on the institution itself. The institution goes on, the institution continues. It endures, it finds a way to survive, because the middle management, i.e. all your barons and earls and counts and viscounts and grafs, well, they want the system to continue, and just because you've knocked off the king, they're not going to give up. They'll get a new king, or they'll promote the most senior noble to the job, or they'll import one, or they'll go and find a bastard, or an acknowledged bastard or something. It'll continue. So, institutions continue. And you can have other institutions other than royal houses or noble houses. Merchant houses. Merchant houses are rising things in the high medieval period. They are coming up. Banks are starting to make their presence felt. Organisations. And if you read about what they got up to, they're little different from organised crime syndicates today. They're just nowadays a little more respectful because they've got a few 500 years behind them, but being these criminal masterminds who have all your money. But they're not going to go away. They don't have a single big bad you can conveniently kill. But there are a lot of little antagonists you can struggle against. The guild's bank enforcer and his leg breakers are causing trouble in this town and buying up everything. And now they own everything, and now they're going to be mayor, and they're going to put their man in place. You can totally defeat them, but the bank continues. The guild continues. It'll be there for another story arc later on. And, you have churches and universities and other organisations which just cannot be conveniently solved. Can be conveniently solved or removed because you kill the person at the top. In fact, for churches, for religions, killing the person at the top is a phenomenally bad idea. You've just made a martyr. That person will be honoured, exalted. The church might get stronger because of it. And in a magical universe, there's always the danger of apotheosis. By martyring someone, you have just made a god or an angel. You have just empowered your enemy. So be very careful of going up against a religious antagonist. Maybe you don't want to kill them. Maybe it's better to deal with their religion some other way. Introduce heresy. Try and change the course of the religion. Try and prod it into a new direction. Maybe you can get all those Bainites. They're there for society and order. You can just nudge them to the side so that they're actually doing good. Instead of, puppy kicking and tyranny. Which is what every good Bainite should be doing. In fact, why are you not out there kicking puppies on Tuesdays? Go worship Bane. It's good for you. But if you can convince Bainites that to maybe lay off the puppy kicking, and maybe the helping of old grannies will further their aims, then you can twist them, you can mould them, you can turn them to good. And now Bainites are the most wonderful and lawful good of all societies, because you have succeeded, you have triumphed over the adversary that is the Bainite Church. You have turned them into a paladin-spewing organisation. And for that you'll probably want to corrupt them as well, because no one wants a paladin-spewing organisation in their world. That's just terrible. That's probably better than the poppycacking and the widow sacrificing, but goods and bads. So you can have organisations as your adversary, because they endure, they continue. Other things, you can have groups. The orcs. Orcs are a typical bad guy. And orcs often have one charismatic leader, but if you kill one charismatic leader, it's a bit like trying to kill a president or a prime minister. Kill one, the party will just replace it. Kill one orc war leader, and the next one steps in the place. He wanted the job anyway, and you've just conveniently given it to him. So, the orc horde is an immortal thing. You can smash it, you can beat it back, you can knock it down for a generation, but they'll be back. They'll be ready for you next time. They'll have a new plan. Not terribly overly complicated plan, but still they'll have a new plan. new set of orcs. So, we've covered embodiments of evil, like your demons, devils, organisations, because organisations continue. You can have philosophies, movements, religions. You can have all these things as your major antagonist in your game, and you'll ignore and you'll avoid the big bad disease and the problem of what happens when you kill the big bad. Because these things are unkillable, they are immortal in one way or another. And while they can be defeated, it's a lot more work. So if you throw a few of them in, and get rid of this silly big bad idea, your campaign will be a lot longer, be a lot more enduring, and it'll be a lot more interesting, because the adversaries will be far more formidable than just a bag of hits and a set of attacks. You will actually have to do some work to get rid of them. Thank you. This has been William Dymock-Johnson on actual antagonists, not big bad.